Hello, my name is Susan from Unity Fitness and Yoga, and welcome to your yoga practice today. Let's call today's practice Detox, Define, Start Fresh, and Renew. So we're going to have a gentle but active practice today. You might like to have a couple of blocks nearby if you like them underneath the hands for a couple of postures. And also feel free to grab a blanket or something to cushion your knees. And we'll start seated today. So just take a comfortable seat, cross the legs however is appropriate for you. Just allow yourself the space that you can sit up really nice and tall, elongate the spine, soften the shoulders. And then if it's comfortable for you, allow your eyes to softly close. If not, you might just look down and soften your gaze. My intention for our practice today is to make space, to pause and find space, to create and cultivate receptivity to gratitude. Essentially, just to slow down and open yourself up to the beauty of the present moment so that you can develop a deep sense of appreciation for everything in this life. And as we sit and we settle in this moment, tune into your starting point today. So just check things out, right? As you draw your awareness inward. What do you notice about the physical body this morning? Remember, we don't judge what we discover. We just tune in so that we have a place to start from. So what are you noticing about being in this body in this moment? Expand your awareness, not to just physical sensation, but expand awareness to any emotions or thoughts that might be coming into your awareness. And now please allow your awareness to shift to your breath, to your breathing. Allow the breath, the belly to expand on the inhalation and to contract on the exhale. Just taking some deep belly breaths here. Diaphragmatic breathing is a really simple, accessible tool for you to use at any time, not just in our yoga practice, but anytime moving throughout the day, to allow you that moment to pause and to find space. Stay with your breath here. Gratitude has been linked to increased levels of happiness and life satisfaction. And they've done lots of studies about gratitude over the years, which is really interesting to me. And one of the biggest takeaways is that giving thanks is one of the most powerful ways to increase your sense of well-being. Gratitude, defined, is quite simply the quality of being thankful. A readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Gratitude is an affirmation of goodness. Quote this morning before we begin by Ralph Waldo Emerson about gratitude. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. So in today's practice, I invite you to, of course, set your own intention for whatever you like, but maybe as part of your intention today, you include gratitude. That you include the opportunity to just pause and make space. That you allow yourself the opportunity to slow down and open yourself up to the beauty of the present moment. But please bring your hands like across the low belly, maybe even the lower part of your ribs. And as you keep and hold your awareness on the breath, can you expand the lungs equally? So because we are asymmetric beings, right? We do everything one-sided, one-handed, one part of our body, one side of our body is stronger or more flexible. And the lungs are no exception. So as you breathe deeply here, focus on expanding the lungs equally, both sides. Interesting little factoid about the lungs. Did you know that your left lung is actually smaller than the right because it needs to make space for the heart? We can still get a sense of expanding the lungs equally in all directions, not just left to right, but front to back. You might gently place one hand back behind you as you continue to expand the breath equally in all directions. Let's take a couple more breaths here, just equally opening the lungs. And then we'll release the hands down. Allow your eyes to softly blink open. And let's begin with our asana practice. So please come onto all fours. And take a moment, make sure that you take time to position yourself, right? So that the knees are hips distance, the hands are right underneath your shoulders, your fingertips are spread wide. And as we place the hands on the ground, the knees and the shins on the ground, create a little extra presence here. And we create that presence by pressing into the ground, not just resting here, but pressing down. As you press down, you can feel the Earth's energy kind of push back a bit, giving you a deeper sense of presence. Allow your torso to just float forward a little bit. So your shoulders kind of move over the fingers. Notice how the weight on the hands and the knees shift.
And then shift your hips back a little bit so the shoulders move behind the wrist. Notice the shift and the change of weight on the hands, on the knees. And then go left to right a couple of times, just kind of shifting around. And start moving a little bit more. Can you shift the hips all the way back to the heels for child's pose? Arms still extending forward. And then inhale, come back up onto all fours. Maybe even arching the back slightly for like a little baby cow pose. And then exhale, the hips go back to the heels, child's pose. Good. Inhale, shift forward, cow pose. Exhale, shift back. Inhale forward to all fours. And now take a look down at where your hands are. And please bring your elbows down. So we're almost in all fours, but instead of being on hands and knees, we're on forearms and knees. Ensure that your elbows are still underneath the shoulders. And we'll do some cow and cats from here. So we'll inhale to arch the spine. So we tilt the tailbone up, the belly drops, chest is open. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone and round. Good. Take a few more on your own. Inhaling cow pose. So the spine arches, heart opens. And as you exhale, round like a cat. Yeah, keep going. So I really like this variation of cat and cow. With our upper body resting on the forearms, I really feel like I get a much nicer stretch through the upper back, right? The space behind the heart when we take cat pose. And take two more, just like that. And then find neutral spine so the back's neither arched nor rounded. Place the hands one at a time underneath the shoulders. Come back up to all fours. And just for a little comparison, take a couple of cow and cats here. And just tuning in, right? Tuning into the differences in just that little variation of how it feels different in the body. Just inviting you again to slow down and open yourself up to the present moment. So instead of just moving through things without thought, we're going to try to be really extra mindful in our practice today. So from all fours, if you have yoga blocks, you can bring them up near where the hands were. We'll take a kneeling lunge, and let's start by taking your left foot forward. So we've got the left foot forward into a kneeling lunge. So right toes are pointed back behind you. Allow that left foot to be forward enough so that when you drop the hips forward, the knee is not plunging out over the toes, and we still have nice weight into the heel of the left foot. So again, the blocks are optional. You can have them underneath the hands, or you could just have the hands on the floor. Let's pause here for a moment. Create a lot of presence by pressing your left foot firmly down and then pressing your right shin and top of the foot firmly down. And then we'll add a little extra energy to that by dragging your left heel back towards your right knee. Now, it's not actually going to move. It's an isometric contraction. So we're squeezing things, but it doesn't move. But what it will do is draw some awareness up into the low belly. And it'll protect the low back and also give us more space. Let's keep your right hand down right underneath the right shoulder. Place your left hand up on top of the knee. We'll take an inhale, lengthen the spine even more, make a little more space. And on exhale, twist open to your left. So you're twisting the heart open toward the left knee.
Now, be mindful of this left hip. It will want to kind of come out to the left and maybe even forward. Energetically, we're continuing to draw this left hip back and in, so the heart can be more clearly open. Let's take the left hand from the knee and bring the left hand to the heart. Deep breath in here. Direct line to the space of the heart. If you like, reach the left arm up to the sky. So right hand is down, left arm is open. One more breath here. And on exhale, the left hand comes down. Let's take the left leg back. Return to child's pose just for a moment. Pause for a breath or two. Let's inhale, come back up onto the knees. And now take your right foot forward. Same thing here. If you're using the blocks, you bring the blocks to either side of the front foot. Position yourself so the foot is forward enough when you drop the hips forward. The knee stays relatively over the ankle and that heel is grounded. We always start with the foundation, with creating that sense of presence. So press firmly the right foot down, the left shin, the left top of the foot. And then by dragging the right heel back towards your left knee, again, without actually moving it, we create a deeper sense of presence and draw that energy right up into the low belly, which does what? It not only protects the spine, but it makes more space. Today is all about making space, pausing. Let's place the right hand up on top of the right knee. Lengthen both sides of the waist, make even more space. And then as you're ready, twist your torso, your heart toward the right knee. Now shift your attention back to that right hip. Remember, that hip will want to go out to the right and forward. We take it the opposite direction. We draw it in toward our midline and drag it back, creating more space. Right hand comes to the heart. Take a full breath in. Maybe remind yourself of your intention here. And then maybe, just maybe, right arm will reach up to the sky. Open the heart wide. Exhale, right hand will come all the way down and then drag the right leg back. If you used the blocks there, go ahead and place those out to the side. And let's come just to all fours this time. So as we come to all fours, take your right leg and extend it back behind you. Now lift the right leg up so it's parallel to the floor, flex the foot. Now bend the right knee. So the sole of the right foot is pointing up toward the ceiling. All right, offsetting our balance a little bit. Now, if you feel a little bit wobbly, do you notice how right and left hand have different weight sitting in them? Press down equally and firmly through both hands. And then tune your attention back to the left shin, the left knee. Press it down firmly. Notice by pressing down, you create that deeper sense of presence. Low belly is drawing up toward your spine. Now, maybe, just maybe, the left arm can come forward. Do you feel that? Beautiful. Let's take your right hand and reach back. Can you catch your left hand? Go back and catch your right foot. And let's release that. Hand down, knee down. Beautiful. Let's do that again on the other side. Left leg goes back. Right, already offsetting the weight, so press down firmly through the hands, lift the leg, flex the foot, heel toward the ceiling. Now watch the low belly. We don't want the low belly to sag here, drawing the low belly in and up. Press down firmly through top of the right shin and more through the left hand, and maybe the right arm reaches forward. So you could keep it right here working on your balance, or maybe you reach back with the right hand and catch the left foot. And then we'll release everything all the way down. Ooh, I got a little cramp in my foot. Back to all fours. All right, let's take a little bit of just a bird dog. Take your right arm forward. Notice that offset in weight.
Left leg back. Toes can be on the ground, even fingers could be on the ground to begin with. So right arm, left leg lifted, low belly lifting. Let's place the hand down, the knee down, and then switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Good, we're pressing down to create presence and to lift, to make space. Let's place it down. Let's take 4 more on each side. All right, we'll move with the breath now dynamically. Inhale, right arm, left leg, and set it down. Left arm, right leg, and down. We've got 3 more. And down. See if you can minimize as much as possible the rocking back and forth of the body as you switch sides. So just slow things down and stay present. Stay tuned in to that moment to moment awareness. Oh gosh, I got to talking and forgot to count. Let's just say we have 1 more on each side. I might have given us an extra one, but that's okay. And then all the way down. Let's get off the wrists. You can take child's pose or just sit back on the feet. I'm going to empty those wrists out a couple of times, roll them, open and close. Yeah, shake things out. All right, come back to all fours. Let's take your left foot forward again. Left foot forward. Actually, I take it back. Come back to here. Come back to all fours. Let's go back to that poking and prodding again. I didn't actually call it that way when we did the first time, but we come back to all fours. We're going to do a little offset here. Okay, back to all fours. Take your right leg back, bend the knee, flex the foot, heel toward the ceiling. All right, left shin pushing down, right hand pushing down, low belly lifting. Can you reach with the left hand around and catch the right foot? So you're pushing the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. So we went from bird dog, which is opposite arm, opposite leg lengthening. And then I call this poking and prodding. I'm not sure why. I think maybe somebody said that to me once. All right, let's release it down. We'll take the other side. All right, so left hand firmly presses down. Left leg goes back. Bend the knee, flex the foot. The right hand, reach around, catch the foot pushes into the hand pushes into the foot. Create a lot of presence, lengthen the spine, heart is open. And set it down. Beautiful. Now take your left foot forward. Left foot forward, curl your back toes under. Back toes curl under, and then lift the back knee. So we're getting ready to come up to a high lunge. Now, in order to transition from being down on the ground to up, we really need to create that great amount of presence in the legs. So push your left foot down. Press your right toes down. Find that bit of scissoring action again, like your left heel is moving back toward the right heel. Can you bring yourself upright? Beautiful. Torso is up, so shoulders are about stacked over your hips. We're lifting the low belly to kind of take out that arching, that jutting forward of the hips. Let's inhale and stretch the arms up wide, up high. Take 1 more breath here. And then we'll slowly lower the hands back down, find the floor. Slowly and softly lower that back knee down. Good. Now, you can keep the knee down on the ground or lift the knee back up. So remember earlier we did a twist in our lunge. We'll do this one, but now keep the back knee lifted. So you'll push back into the right heel, press down into the right hand. Left hand comes to the left knee to begin with. Lengthen the spine, twist the heart open to your right. Let's take an inhale, hand to the heart. Remind yourself of your intention. And as you exhale, twist open to the left. Exhale, hand comes down, knee comes down. Left leg goes back. Take child's pose. Pause for just a moment. Reset. Detox. Define. Start fresh and renew.
As you might have guessed, we'll definitely be doing some twists today as we release the things that no longer serve us. Right? Just release that stuff that you're holding on to, self-judgment and doubt and criticism. Come forward up onto all fours again. This time take your right foot forward. Good, right foot forward, curl the back toe under, lift the knee up. Let's create the presence and come high first. So push your right foot down, stamp your left toes down, and then imagine the scissoring action of the legs like you're dragging right heel back. Feel that presence right up into your low belly. Lucky me, I got the wall right here for balance. Right, so once you come upright, continue to create that presence in the legs, push back into the heel, and maybe the arms reach up. Take another breath here. We'll exhale, hands come back down to the ground. Now just for a moment, if you like, you can lower that knee down, give it a break. But then we're going to take the twist with the knee lifted. Of course, there is always the option to keep the knee down on the ground. The left hand will stay down right under the left shoulder. Start with the right hand on top of the knee. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, make space, and twist open to your right. Right hand comes to the heart. And then inhale. Remind yourself of intention as you exhale, open right hand, right arm to the sky. And exhale, release the hand down, lower the knee, and take your right leg all the way back. Child's pose. Inhale up onto all fours. Let's come back to bird dog. So from all fours, right arm forward and then lift it. Left leg back and lift it. Pause. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Gravity wants to take over, right? Push the floor away. Place the hand down, place the knee down, and switch sides, left arm, right leg. Low belly is lifting. Right leg and left arm are lengthening away from each other. Like they're playing tug of war. Create more space there. Place the hand down and the knee down. Send your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Keep your arms extending forward and turn your palms up to the sky. Just continuing to be open, receptive. One more breath here. Turn the palms down. Inhale up onto the knees. Curl your toes under. We'll take a bent knee, downward facing dog. So the hips go up and back. Keep the knees deeply bent here. We're not going for our deepest, biggest downward dog ever. Just an opportunity to go upside down for a moment. Look forward to the hands. Keep the tailbone high. Step your right foot forward. If the right foot doesn't come up to the hands, just grab onto the ankle and bring it forward a little bit. All right, now plant your left heel down on the floor. I'm going to grab a block. Bring yourself upright. We'll take side angle pose. So sometimes it's easier to come up and then position into the posture than it is to be down and bring yourself up. But for side angle pose, we'll bend the right knee so the knee is about over the ankle. Right forearm just above the knee with the palm face up. We're going to press the forearm down so we stay nice and open through the right side. Beautiful. All right, now from here, Take your left hand, bring your left hand with the back of the hand just behind the low back. You could also wrap it around if you've got the space so you get those fingers to the inner thigh. Right? It's not necessary, just find your half bind. Allows us to open the heart a little bit more, open that left shoulder a little bit more. Yeah, continue to stay grounded back there into the left foot. I know it's easy to forget about it. Let's exhale. Release this posture. The two hands come to the floor. Pick up your left heel. Take your right leg. Come back to your bent knee, downward facing dog. Just to transition. Now look forward to the hands. Your left foot will come up. If it doesn't come far enough, remember, you can bring it up yourself. Lower your right heel to the floor. Use the hands. Bring yourself upright. Right, once we come up, then we reset. We press and firm into the right heel. We bend the left knee till that knee is about over the ankle. The forearm comes above the knee, pressing the forearm down, palm face up. Open your heart to the right. Long spine, so long line of energy from back heel to crown. Taking your right hand now, back of the hand, either just to the low back or wrap it around, opening up more through the chest and through that right shoulder. Beautiful. One more breath, guys. Let's exhale, untwist. Right hand comes back down, left leg goes back once again. Make your way back to the bent knee, downward facing dog. Just a transition. Look forward again, right foot forward, left heel back. We'll take triangle pose next. Again, bring yourself upright, and then we can make the adjustments from here. So once we're up, we've got the right toes facing to the right, the left heel pressing back. Now in triangle pose, Trikonasana, we have two straight legs. So we're gonna firm into the legs. As you press down into the feet, do you feel and sense how that gives you more length, more space through your torso? The right hip will drop down, right? Staying open toward this long edge of your mat. Let's take the right arm and lengthen it out parallel to the floor and keep lengthening. Reach, 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 reach without dropping it down. And then you'll get as far as you can get and you just drop the right arm down. So the right fingertips are reaching toward the earth. You could also take fingertips to a block. Now, typically in triangle pose, we'd take this left arm and go up overhead. For today, we'll take the half bind again. So left hand behind the low back, opening, or wrap around to the inner thigh, yogi's choice. We're still lengthening the spine, opening the heart. One more breath, please. And we'll untwist. Hands make their way back to the floor. You might have guessed what's happening here. Pick up your left heel, take your right leg back, bent knee, downward facing dog. Left foot's gonna come forward. We'll take Trikonasana on side two. So once the foot comes forward, plant the heel, make your way upright, and then we'll make the adjustments and refinements from here. Once you're up, two straight legs. Anchor down into the pinky toe side of your right foot. Now the left hip is going to drop down. Left arm extends forward, lengthen it forward, reach it forward, keep reaching. The reaching gives you more space. Space on the left side waist and space between the vertebrae. The left fingertips will drop down either to the shin or to the block. Right hand, half bind behind the low back. So we're opening the right shoulder. Let's take one more breath, please. Look down to the right foot, release the right hand and the left hand to the floor. Left leg's gonna go back. So we've got one more posture we'll do like that with the bent knee downward facing dog in between, all right? All right, so right foot comes forward. Left leg is back. Plant the heel on the ground and let's actually step your left foot a little farther forward. If you're using a block, grab that block, bring it out in front of the right foot, about 12 inches, and then take it out to the pinky toe side of the foot, about 6 or 8 inches. So it's in front and out to the right. Beautiful. Now start to shift your weight forward. So we're getting more weight supported in the right foot, okay? Until you have 90, 95, even more weight on that right foot. Power that up, left foot might float up. All right, as the foot floats up, flex the foot and then open the left toes out to the left. All right, so we're opening the left hip. Now, you might have 2 hands to the floor. You might have 2 hands to a block. If available to you, take your left hand and bring it to the heart. Inhale, remind yourself of the intention we're cultivating today. And then maybe, just maybe, the left arm reaches to the sky for Ardha Chandrasana. On exhale, we'll place the hand back down, take the leg softly, land left foot down, bent knee, downward facing dog, one more, left side forward. Right foot plants. Start to set yourself up. If you're using the block, it's going to go in front and out to the left. Power up, left leg. Right leg gets a little bit lighter. Now remember, when the right leg lifts off the ground, it's not dead weight. So you want to flex the foot and press the leg into the space around it. As that leg lifts up, so it's about parallel to the floor, we're working toward that. Left hand stays down, lengthen the spine. Maybe, just maybe, right hand comes to the heart. Remind yourself of your intention. And then maybe, just maybe, right hand lengthens up to the sky. The hands come back down. The leg, right foot softly lands, hands to the floor. Soft, bent knee, downward facing dog. Lower the knees all the way down, hips to the heels, just pause. Turn the palms back up toward the sky. Let's inhale up onto the knees. Yeah. Once you come up onto the knees, and I mean the knees, not all fours. So we'll take a half camel pose, another heart opening posture. And for camel, we'll be on the knees. So if you need extra cushion for your knees, I highly encourage you to get something. I'm going to take my blanket and bring that underneath my knees. And to take half camel, bring your right foot forward. So it's similar to how we would set up for a low lunge, but in a low lunge, I'd have you bring your foot more forward when we drop the hips forward. For camel pose, keep everything on the left side here all lined up. So shoulder stacks over hip, stacks over knee. We want to keep this in one big long straight line. And then the right knee, a right angle at the hip and a right angle at the knee. Beautiful. So we're going to press down firmly into the right foot. We're going to press down firmly into the left knee. Notice as you push down, the spine elongates. Can you take your 2 hands, stack them on top of each other? I like to take the fingers and interlace them. We're going to press the heel of your hand into the right thigh, into the knee. You're going to lift your low belly. You're going to open the heart. So I call this a back bend, but back bends are really nothing more than elongating the spine so much that we open the front of the body. So we're pressing down to create some more space, drawing the low belly back to the spine and up to the ribs, creating more space as well. Heart is open, spine is long. Yeah, now an alternate position for the hands, you might take the hands and bring them to your low back. Fingers pointing down, squeeze the elbows together as you lift the chest. Let's take one more breath here, whatever it is that you're doing. And then we'll release the hands. Take your right leg, step it back, and we'll switch sides. Then we'll take the left one forward. So half camel on side 2. I'll show you another variation we could do here on this side as well. So first position, left heel underneath the knee. We're firming down. Anything that's connected to the earth gets really grounded. You're pushing down so that we get more length and space. You're probably sick of me saying that already today, but that is the name of the game. All right, so hands, if you like, interlace them here so we can get our setup. We're going to ground down. We're going to lengthen the spine. We're going to open the front of the body. Now remember, you can stay right here, hands on that front knee, or you could take hands to the low back, right? Squeeze those elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back. You might also try this, interlace the hands behind the back, reach the knuckles down as you lift the heart and open. Low belly is drawing back to the spine, up to the ribs. Heart is open. Take one more good deep breath here. And then release the hands from behind. However you have them, take the left knee back. If you were using a blanket there, you can take it out of the way. Come on down onto your bellies. All the way down onto the belly. We'll take camel, we just did camel. Let's do cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Another heart opener. So for Bhujangasana, let's take your forehead to the floor. Let's start there. Bring your palms down with the fingers open wide. Hands are under your shoulders or even lower than your shoulders. So your thumbs are next to your upper ribs. Beautiful. Now the elbows, we want those elbows pointing up toward the ceiling, not flopping open. So as much as you can, squeeze the elbows together by squeezing shoulder blades together. All right. Now, when we're laying down on our belly, the foundation here is anything touching the floor. So in cobra pose, we start with the feet. So press the tops of the feet down. See if you can get your nails, the toenails, down on the ground. As you press the tops of the feet down, you feel the kneecaps lift and engage. Right now you press the front of the hips down for more grounding, but lift the low belly away. So you're going to lift the low belly away from the floor. Like you've got a little blueberry under there and you don't want to squish it and stay in your shirt, right? So lifting the low belly up. Beautiful. We've got all of that grounding. Now lift yourself up. So this isn't a push up, it's a lift. We're using the back side of the body, engaging it to lift the front. The shoulders are always away from the ears, elbows are up. So I could actually take the hands off the ground here and still hold the posture because I'm lifting with the back side of the body. But I want you to have your hands grounded. Let's stay here for one more breath. And exhale. Release all the way down. Press yourself up off of the floor and let's go back to child's pose. A little counter stretch for the back. Good. Come up onto all fours. Take a seat. And we'll take Dandasana or staff pose. So Dandasana is 2 straight legs out in front of you. So sometimes what we do from here is take a forward bend Today, we're not going to take a forward bend. We'll do Dandasana or staff pose with the legs, flexing the feet, heels stay down. Knees can have as much bend as you need into them, but find a sense of grounding, like you're pressing the legs, the feet, the calves, the backs of the thighs, and the sit bones down. As you press down, feel the length. Yeah, beautiful. Let's add a twist to this. We've done a lot of twisting today. What's one more, right? Take your right hand, cross it over so the right hand is on the outside of the left leg somewhere, and bring your left hand back behind you close to the body. Now notice what would happen if I took the arm far away. I have to lean into it. No leaning today. We stay as upright as we can. So keep the hand close. So as you press the hand in, we find even more length in the spine. More length means more space. Let's take a gentle twist around to your left. Shoulders are always down. We're turning to look over the left shoulder. Legs stay active here. Belly is drawing back to the spine, up to the ribs. All of these things make more space and create more presence. More space, more places for gratitude. Yeah, let's inhale, untwist. Let's take it the other direction. The right hand comes behind, the left hand crosses over. Get that grounding sensation. So reset, navel draws back and up, and we twist around to your right. One more breath here. Inhale, untwist. Bring yourself all the way back around. Let's keep your left leg, let's keep your right leg extended. Bend your left knee. Foot to the floor. We're going to take one more seated twist here. Cross the left leg over so the left foot is outside the right hip or thereabouts. Right leg stays extended, right? Both sit bones on the ground. Option here, you could also take and bend the right knee. So now your left heel is by your right hip and your right heel is near your left hip. Just an option, all right? We again stay upright, long spine. Whether your right leg is extended or the knee is bent, sit bones are grounded. We're in a long spine and we're twisting toward the bent knee. So you might have hand, elbow, or you might wrap the back of the elbow all the way around. Big long spine, lengthen, twist to look over left shoulder. You know, there's something to be said, not only physically, but energetically about a twist, right? Twists are great places for letting go, for detoxification. So that's why I put a lot of twists in our practice today with the goal of making space, right? Letting go of stuff so that we have more room for the good stuff, cultivating that sense of openness and gratitude. Let's untwist here. We'll change sides. So start with the left leg extended, right foot crosses over. Decide if you keep the leg extended or if you bend the knee. We'll inhale up tall. Remember that right hand, the one that's going to go back behind you, keep it close to the body. So instead of slouching in the spine, we can invite and encourage more length and more space. Turning to look to your right. Next inhalation, we untwist, come all the way back around, uncross the legs, and we have reached the conclusion, getting ready for Shavasana. And then I've got a short guided meditation for you while we head to Shavasana. But for right here, go ahead, scoot yourself forward, come onto your back, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe take a really brief happy baby here. Before we head to your final posture, Shavasana, you guessed it. Feet to the floor. Lengthen those legs. You guys earned it today. Lengthen the legs out, arms by your sides. Turn the palms up. Not only does palms up help to open the front of the body, right? The front of the shoulders physically, the heart, the chest. But as well, palms up is a gesture of receptivity, of openness. And take a full, deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, part the lips and let go. And then keep letting go. That's Shavasana, letting go. Just letting go and allow yourself the opportunity to just simply be. So you may choose to stay right here in your Shavasana, reclined for our closing meditation. Or if it's your preference, feel free to bring yourself up to a seated meditation position. Let's bring your awareness to the whole body at once. Just feeling any tension melt and drain away. Release tension in your shoulders, your face, your jaw, your stomach. Feel yourself beginning to relax as you let go of all tension in your body. Now begin to notice your breath. Don't try to force your breath in any way. Just observe your breath. And feel both body and mind relax a little bit more with each exhalation. And once again, bring your awareness to your body. Focus on your body. Feel how thankful you are for the life within you. Think of the many wonderful ways that your body supports you to be able to live your life. Whatever the condition of your health, feel gratitude for the ways that your body does support you. Maybe even consider that perhaps you might not always honor your body by the way that you treat it. Bring your focus to the gifts that you have to offer the world. These are your unique qualities and attributes that no one but you has. Feel your heart surge with gratitude. Think of the people that rely on you and that benefit from your gifts. And if you feel any frustration that you don't always share your gifts in the way that you want to, feel gratitude anyways that they are there and that it's never too late to share them. Now let's extend the gratitude that you feel for yourself to the others around you. Feel gratitude for how many people support you and value you. If you find that your awareness comes back to negative aspects of yourself, of your body, just gently bring your thoughts back to the qualities that you are grateful for. All things, big or small, people, experiences. And then back to that quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your achievement, to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Let's take a deep breath in here. Exhale, soft sigh out. If you're still reclined in Shavasana, you're more than welcome to stay there to close out, or you can bring yourself up to sit. And I challenge you for the next week, every day, I want you to journal 3 things that you're grateful for every day. Just write them down in a little gratitude journal. Doesn't matter, big or small, 3 things each day. When you write down daily what you are grateful for, you will very quickly start to notice all of the things to be grateful for in your life. You will begin to feel as though you are living a new life, a life with abundance. When we experience gratitude, we have more to be grateful for. Let's join the hands in Anjali Mudra, palm against palm, bowing chin to your chest. Once more in a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for taking this time for you today. And as always, I thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.